Lisa Murray, and I'm with the Developmental Services Worker Co-operative.
And I'm Tait, and I'm also from the Developmental Services Worker Co-op.
We provide direct support services to people with developmental disabilities, and that can be children to seniors, and in all sorts of ways in the community, help with finding jobs, helping with activities of daily living, budgeting, learning to take the bus, things like that. So we're really helping get our members involved in the community. And I think in turn, the community members are also seeing what a difference that these that everybody can make in our society, and the gifts that they bring coming into their lives. So I think it is making a big impact.
Yeah.
And that's our big goal, I think, is just having everybody see them for the gifts that they bring to the world.
Yeah. We find we're trying to teach them skills so they can find jobs. But at the end of the day, they're teaching us as well. It's not just one-sided. It's very two-sided. You know, they learn from us, we learn from them. So it's very positive. Has a positive impact in our community.
So we have 4 members right now. We have a 5th that is just about to come on board. So that's great. It's going well. I think clients are not difficult to find because they really see the value in what we do. Workers are harder to find because we're this idea of a worker cooperative, and specifically having an organization that works directly with families and people with developmental disabilities, is fairly new to our field. It's a new avenue that workers can go. So I'm excited for this to become more well known and to be able to grow. I think we're coming in at like a perfect time because typically funding would go directly to agencies, and then the agencies would create a program and people could come to that program. But now things are changing the way that they should be, in that not every person is going to adapt to that program, and not every person fits into these programs. So instead, they're directing the money to those individuals themselves. So then they can purchase the services that they want. And so that's exactly who we serve, as the individuals themselves. And we meet them at their house and where they're at, and whatever it is their goals are and their interests are, that's what we do. So it's very individualized.
Very person-centered.
Yeah.
So our process is, when we have a potential client, we sit down with them for about an hour or two and talk about what their interests are. What are their goals? What are their hopes and dreams? And we match them with a worker who have sort of the same interests and can actually help them reach their goals and dreams. So it's very individualized and person-centered, which a lot of other agencies and programs cannot provide for the individual. So.
So I've had a unique experience I've worked in group homes, and then I worked in the school board, and then I tried starting my own business. So I've kind of had different experiences all along the way. So I had the experience of having the boss in the group home. Let's talk about that. So, if I had an incident where I felt somebody was not being properly supported or receiving the care and achieving their goals, and I brought it up to my boss, they would say, "Oh, you're having issues there, so we'll just move you somewhere else and bring in somebody brand new to that." So that's kind of their way, and it's like, nope, that's not, so again, it's that top-down approach, and the person at the top often has no idea what that individual's life is like on a daily basis, whereas as a frontline worker, we're with them all day, sometimes overnight, so we really know them and what kinds of things they're looking for. So that was difficult. And then when I went and tried to start on my own, it's difficult. It's very isolating trying to start a business on your own. And there's a lot of work involved. And then kind of while I was starting to do that, I kind of got together with the girls and kind of shifted focus towards the co-op, and it's been so amazing, and to be able to have the backup of the other members and share in the responsibilities, it's the perfect model, I think.
It is, because you also have a say in how we're going to provide support and services to our individuals, where, like I said, in other organizations, like Lisa said, it starts up here, and sometimes the person making the decision doesn't even know the individual. And so I feel like we've eliminated that middle area where you have to kind of fight for someone's rights. It's amazing. And I definitely see a difference in the people I support through the co-op.
And employ people with developmental disabilities.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've always, any employer that I've ever come across who has hired somebody with a developmental disability have said that they're probably their best employee they've ever had, because they're often very reliable, very determined, hardworking. So I'm always trying to encourage employers to hire people with developmental disabilities, and not to be afraid.
No.
That's a huge thing.
And to add to that, so part of our values with the DSW Co-op is compassion, gratitude, and pride. And we try to live that way in our personal lives as well as our work. And I will say the individuals that we support naturally just live their lives with compassion, gratitude, and pride. And so if they, whatever organization they might be working for, they are really grateful for the job, and they take such pride in everything that they do. So it really is, I would say, in a business best interest to look into hiring somebody with a developmental disability, and like Lisa said, and not be afraid of it.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yep.